Why say Goku didn't absorb God Ki in the base?
I'm evil. You don't ever think about how bullshit that sounds? Bro, he just didn't. You don't believe that.
Yo, what's up with y'all? It's your boy Zeta, and I'm finally back to YouTube after a little hiatus that I had for a few days after dropping my God vs. Ford video. I have been feeling a little lazy, but I'm back, and today I want to talk about something that I think needs to be addressed within the Dragon Ball Super community. And I'm mainly talking about the Super manga for this video, just like the title says, very obvious. And the reason why I'm doing the manga is because the manga is one of the most misinformed scaling pieces in the entire Dragon Ball franchise, and I'm going to go over some of the main points that are the most misinformed or misunderstood. Because if I were to address every single point about the manga scaling, I would be here for literally hours. So just to make things simple and easy for you guys, I'll just give you all the main points that are very wrong about the Dragon Ball Super manga scaling. Without out of the way, let's get into the video. So the first misconception that is the most common within the entire community is this whole idea that Goku did not absorb God Ki in his base form in the manga, when that is completely contradicted in multiple occasions if you actually read it and use your eyes and not be blind for once. But before we dive into that, we need to understand why people believe this nonsense. And the reason why is, I kid you not, it's just not stated. In the Battle of Gods manga, it's just not stated that he has God Ki in base, which must mean he does not have God Ki in base. When this would just be an argument from silence fallacy, just because it's never stated that he doesn't have God Ki in base doesn't mean he doesn't have it. Like, you can't just argue the silence of something must mean that's the case. Like, by that logic, because it's only stated that God created the heavens of the earth must mean that he only created the heavens and the earth, when every theologist and pretty much anyone with two brain cells knows that there's something way beyond the heavens and the earth that God created, which is the universe. But yeah, basically, just because it's not stated that he absorbed God Ki in base does not mean that he didn't absorb God Ki in base. Not everything needs a direct statement to be objectively true, and arguing against that is completely illogical. Like in any form of reasoning, that is just straight up not how it works. With that out of the way, let's get into the reasons why he does have God Ki in base. And one of the best examples of this is in the Moral arc, where Dende tries to heal Goku, but he can't. And Dende explains that the reason why he can't is because of Goku's divine energy within him. And he's not talking about a transformation or anything like that. He straight up cannot heal Goku because of his divine energy of within his being. So literally he has God Ki in general, which would just be in his base form as well. So legit, this just confirms that Goku has God Ki in base. Oh, but Dende's not a god. He can't sense God Ki. Well, the scan in question quite literally debunks that. Like, it literally confirms it, because if Dende can't sense God Ki, then he wouldn't know that he can't heal Goku because of that aspect. So in conclusion, this just verbatim proves that this is simply fan theory bullshit and just gets debunked by the manga itself if you actually read the manga and pay attention. Like, guys, you are literally proving the allegations of Dragon Ball fans can't read that people have been joking about for years now. And this isn't just a one-time instance of Goku confirming that he has God Ki within his being, because in the Resurrection F manga, which is canon, by the way, oh my god, I cannot believe there are people who do not believe that this is canon. It is. We see a literal visual representation of Goku having Super Saiyan God within him, which just, sets it in stone right there. Like, what are you going to say about it? Oh, that's Mastered Ultra Instinct inside of him or some shit, bro? Oh yeah, no, Mastered Ultra Instinct wasn't even a thing back then. Please, bro, that's clearly Super Saiyan God. What other form could that be right there? Yeah, Dragon Ball Super Copium is just insane right now. The next argument comes from the whole anime versus manga people that think the anime is stronger, which I think is absolutely bullshit, because the manga is legit 2 arcs ahead of the anime, but sure, man. And it comes from this whole idea that the anime has better feats than the manga, when realistically that's not true in any way possible, because they are both equally as powerful in terms of feats only. And all of the anime exclusive feats don't even upscale it in any single way whatsoever above the manga. Like, there's nothing that quantifies it above the manga, even if they are anime only exclusive. However, people try to make the distinction of the anime and manga feats, making the manga vastly superior because of a few things, and I'll address a few of them. So one of them is fused Zamasu becoming the entire timeline, but this actually is insignificant compared to the manga version, because this is actually a plural feat for the manga, where not just one, but multiple parallel worlds were going to be destroyed by Zamasu. So this would actually suffice for much higher scaling than the anime version, where he just becomes one timeline and his energy kind of spreads over to other timelines, but not really as much significance as what the manga's feat is implied to be. Also, Goku has Hakai in the manga, which is a thing that is not applied for Goku in the anime, so Goku in the manga just has a better arsenal.
He also has better Ultra Instinct training with Mirrors and is far more completed than the anime counterpart, so literally just using forms alone, it's just far superior. And don't bring up Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, because he actually has that shit too in the Tournament of Power. It's just that it was a color issue, and that Goku's Kaioken in the Tournament of Power is actually blue instead of red. Manga Goku just has the same stuff, but more and better, dude. Like, it's not even that close.
And going back to the feats thing that I almost forgot to mention is that fans try to argue that the Broly Gogeta Dimensions feat did not happen in the manga, but this would just be an argument from silence, because literally in the Dragon Ball Super manga, it's implied that the events of Broly occurred. So using Occam's razor, we can just logically conclude that the events of Broly shaking dimensions, or not just shaking, but destroying dimensions, is also present within the manga's continuity. So I don't want to hear some anime beats manga goons in the comments be like, oh, only a few events of Broly are canon. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's completely illogical in reasoning. Like, bro, what are you talking about? That's just super disingenuous.
And the last point of the video that I want to address is this whole idea that Goku and Vegeta can't get Zenkais in the manga because Trunks said so. But how does Trunks have any knowledge on Saiyan biology? Like, what? Bro, it's not my burden to prove the opposite. You need to prove that Trunks has any knowledge on Saiyan biology, and if he is reliable enough to know that Saiyans cannot get Zenkais anymore, more specifically Goku and Vegeta. And even if we do take this as true, this gets completely debunked by the same arc, because Goku in perfect Super Saiyan Blue, while being heavily damaged, is relative to few Zamasu. And it's not like there's anything that is implied that Zamasu got any weaker after his fight with Vegito, because that's never stated, that's never implied anywhere. So this just completely confirms that Goku got a Zenkai. So yeah, these manga downplayers quite literally can't read, just like the allegations make them up to be. The manga is way stronger than people think it is, and it is undoubtedly stronger than the anime. I'm deadass surprised that the fact that it has 2 arcs ahead of the anime is not enough sufficient evidence to make it above the anime. Like, that is just completely mind-boggling to me. But yeah, this video was heavily requested, and I delivered for you guys. So make sure to suggest more videos in the comments, I guess. That's all I got for this video. See ya.